Today we're talking about the number two in someone's soul contract chart. So the number two is about the moon, so it has energies and qualities of the moon. It's also about the right eye, and it's a double meaning number. So that means you're going from foolishness to wisdom. There's several different double meaning numbers, and this is one of them. So first, we're gonna start talking about the karmic. If you find it in a karmic area of your soul contract chart, when it's in there, you make really impulsive decisions purely motivated by your emotions. So you're overly emotional and sensitive, and you're insecure, rigid, and you don't have the ability to see yourself in a realistic way or other people in a realistic way. And another issue you have in this area, if it's in a karmic area, is you just lack resiliency. So if something negative happens, you have a really hard time bouncing back from that. Another thing you struggle with is having balance in your life. It's either one way or the other. If you find that you have a two in a talent area, that means you are very resilient and wise. And when you come across a negative situation, you're not rattled by it. You adjust, you pivot, whatever you need to do, and you get back on track. So that means you can emotionally support yourself, but also other people look at you to help them, get through whatever issue they have or weather a storm or whatever. So people look to you to get them through a difficult situation. You can also just go with the flow. So some of the professions that would be good for this would be like teachers, lawyers, therapists, things like that. If you have a two in a goal area, that means your goal is to start making decisions using wisdom and past experiences instead of just jumping in without thinking at all. If you have a two in a soul destiny area, that means you're using your resiliency and your ability to make a decision objectively to serve others. So that's what you would do if you have it in a soul destiny. The 2-2 is going to be rare because just like the 1-1, the only way that you can get that a 2-2 number is with a name that's really short, like 10 to 11 letters. So a 2-2 is going to be rare. The other ways you can see it is an 11-2 and a 22. But an 11 and a 20 have that may be we're going to do that in a separate one because they have a lot going on. So we'll do a separate video for the 11-2 and then one for the 22. But things you might need to support you if you have twos anywhere in your chart that are in a karmic or a goal or a soul destiny is you may need to get regular massages or yoga or things like Tai Chi or Qigong because because you're always so sensitive about everything and you lack this resiliency, like you're just rigid, there's a lot of stiffness and rigidity going on with your body. So you're going to have to find ways to loosen up your body. And it may take a while. Like you might be so sensitive and rigid that it's going to be painful at first. So this may take some working into. And also like as exercise wise, you might not need like the really super aggressive, exercises. These twos are maybe a little, back off a little bit on that type of thing. And like I said, try, yoga or or Tai Chi or something like that. I do this, although I don't have a 2 in my chart, but I use these. Well, I just got them off of Amazon, and then I use a roller for my back so that I can do the rest of my body, but I can't reach my back, so I use a roller for that. But fascia release. So there's little handheld things you can, I mean, they're under $10, but you can just do it yourself and it presses in. It's like a massage, but it really gets in there and releases your fascia, because your fascia stores a lot of negative emotions, and it's just another way for you to, get that rigidness out of your body. And that's another thing that's going to be painful at first. So go easy on it, and you can work your way up to the really hard stuff. And also, going with this rigid theme, you may be really rigid in your thinking, that you believe a certain way and there's no other no other option, but you may want to try just sort of dabbling in, not that you're going to adopt these things, but just learning about different belief systems. So this doesn't have to be in a class or a group or anything, just something that sparks your interest, and just being open to different ways of doing things or different beliefs. So that might help you be a little more objective when you're trying to make a decision, and less rigid. So those are some things you can do if you have a 2 in your chart. But if you want to know the numbers that are in your soul contract, I'll post a video after this one. So it's a whole video on how I'll teach you how to calculate it. Or if you don't want to do that, the link to my website is in the description here, and you can go to my website and I will calculate it for you. So those are the couple different ways that you can learn the numbers that are in your soul contract, so you can start, working on this stuff.